I'm Evan, and I'm here with Julia and Julia with SBC Radio. Today we're in front of a live audience, and we're going to be talking about who we think should be DHing for both leagues in the MLB All-Star Game. So, Julia, who do you think?
Absolutely. Starting off with the American League, Shohei Ohtani clearly has been the best designated hitter, and I'm saying this especially because you have to remember the fact that Yordan Alvarez is considered an outfielder on this year's ballot. He's not an option for DH, so there's not really many other good options in DH. Shohei Ohtani's the only one with a viable argument and is clearly the best option for this pick.
Okay, how about you, Julia?
Yeah. So I'm going to start off with the National League. I'm going to go with JD Martinez. I mean, everyone forgets about him. He was really good when he was on the Red Sox, and he has really transferred that over to the Dodgers, except he hasn't gotten as much attention because it's on the Dodgers, which is a star-studded team. I mean, there's not one name on there that you wouldn't know. I mean, he is literally doing great, and there's nowhere left for him to go but up. I mean, if you look at his stats, he's just getting better and better week by week. And then for the American League, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I did not. American League, I'm going to go with Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, everyone's going to be like, why him? Why not Shohei? I want to be different. I mean, Shohei, everyone is going with Shohei. And, of course, that's what's going to happen. But does he really deserve it? I mean, he's just constantly doing something like that every year. And I feel like everyone else needs a chance for someone that's really good. I mean, I'm a Red Sox fan, so it kind of hurts me to say this, but I think Giancarlo is really the best option for them.
Okay, so I agree with both of y'all. I really do think Shohei should be in it. But I think the thing is that Shohei, he's a generational talent. He's probably the best player in baseball. But, yeah, I got to agree with Julia. He's the same thing. He's doing the same thing every year after year after year. So, I mean, if he's just, sitting at starting pitcher and DH, I feel like that's a lot for one person. I feel like we need to give everyone, not just to, not be fair necessarily, but I think that he shouldn't be starting pitcher and DHing. I just think it's not logical, personally.
Well, guess what? If we go back to 2021 All-Star Game, Shohei Ohtani was the starting pitcher and DH. First ever person to do it. And clearly, if he was, to win starting pitcher, he could still easily be DH. He's done it before. He does it how many games in a season? This is something that's just easy for him to do. And Shohei Ohtani, it's not his fault that he's such a great player that he can come out and bat and hit a home run. He has 16 home runs. And then in the same game, pitch 7 or 8 flawless innings of baseball.
I just think that's too much for one person, personally.
Well,
I get he's doing it all season, but, I think it's the All-Star Game. I mean, I just think that
yeah.
the All-Star Game is supposed to be fun. I feel like what if one person is, taking 2 positions, I feel like that's kind of almost taking the fun out of it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with what you're saying. I mean, it's supposed to be an exhibition. You're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to be able to see everyone, have fun, watch the talent. And if you have one man doing everything, it seems like he's almost overexerting himself, being designated hitter and the pitcher. There's literally a reason that you have a designated hitter. It's so your pitcher doesn't have to hit. And him doing both is it's just too much. I feel like he shouldn't.
But, yeah, I think it's a lot for one guy. And I think the All-Star Game is supposed to be a bunch of people from different teams put together. I think it's supposed to be a bunch of people from different teams put together to make it's a dream team. But I just think if you stick Shohei at the DH spot and pitcher, I just think it almost defeats the purpose of the All-Star Game.
Well, I say we move on to next position. How about we go to the outfield? I'll start with you, Evan. We'll start in the American League. 3 outfielders. Who are the 3 starters?
Okay, so Yordan is considered an outfielder this year, so I have to go with Yordan. I mean, he's hitting some of the biggest home runs in the league, and he's just a great hitter, great power hitter. I mean, he's a good defender. He's big, but he can get ground enough to where he can make the catches he needs to in the plays he needs to. So I have him for left field. Center field, I think I've got probably Randy Arozarena. I mean, he makes the game fun. And I think that's what the All-Star Game is supposed to be, making the game fun to bring more fans to it. And then right field, I got to go with Judge. He broke the American League home run record this year, and he's still going. Now, obviously, he is injured, but I believe, since it's a toe injury, I believe that he will be back by the time the All-Star Game comes around.
Julia?
Yeah, and then for me, I'm gonna have to start off with Judge. I mean, he's just amazing. He's gonna come back from a toe injury. I mean, what is that toe gonna take him out for a year?
Yeah, it
Like,
won't.
He's not
really-
Anthony Davis.
Yeah. And then secondly, I'm gonna agree with you in this one too. I'm gonna go with Randy Rosarena. I mean, he's just phenomenal out there. He's been great. In the World Series, he was amazing a couple years ago. I mean, he really deserves this, and I don't think he's done bad once. And then my last one, I think, is really gonna throw it in the loop for you guys. I'm gonna do Adolis Garcia from the Rangers. I think he deserves it. I mean, look at how he's playing. Look at how the Rangers are doing. They're going absolutely phenomenal, especially compared to last year or years before. They're just crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty much just going to combine what both of y'all said. Aaron Judge is the obvious answer. Reigning AL MVP. Yes, he has that injury, but he's put up such great statistics in this year. Yordan Alvarez, same thing, minus the MVP. Put up great statistics this year. Has been outstanding. And then Adolis Garcia. He never gets enough love, it seems like. This guy has played lights out this year. Phenomenal player. Like he's just been insane this year. Like, crazy. But once we return from break, we'll be discussing our infield choices for the All-Star game. So once again, I'm Julia with Evan and another Julia, and we'll see you right after this break.